Hello everybody, this is me Kwa. Today we'll be reviewing the Transformers Studio Series 86 Sludge. Now here he is in Dino mode. He is a, I think it was a Brontosaurus, I want to say. And there's been debate on whether or not a Brontosaurus is an actual dinosaur or not. But in recent years it's looking like it probably is, but then it might not be. Still, it's up in debate, but we're not going to talk about that because, well, we don't really talk dinosaur on this channel. I don't really plan on to, as there are much better people to discuss that subject matter than me. But yeah, fairly nice interpretation of that dinosaur. Whether it's an Apatosaurus or a or fucking Brontosaurus, however you wanna put that. But yeah, very nice, very nice. Has all the detailings you want on a Sludge. Very nice, very nice. And we'll get into transformation because there's not much to talk about because the feet just kind of move like that. Got the same amount of arm articulation as you do in, well, robot mode. And yeah, so we'll take off the gun here. Weapon storage, yay. Anyways. You'd open that. You open this piece. Boop, boop. Boop. And then open that up. Okay, so then once you open that up, what you want to do is unfold this piece, fold that down, fold that up. Fold that like so. Fold it like that. Boop. Push the leg in position like so. And boom. And then we'll just do the second verse same as the first. Boop, boop. There we go. Now we bring down these legs like so. Bring them down. Got that situated. We'll bring down the head of the dino. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so now you bring these back. They'll just kind of tab in on the side there. And then now you want to bring up the head. And then turn this 360 degrees. Before you do anything, you actually want to turn that waist around. So yeah, so you got that proper orientation. And then once you got that, you just push that. It'll tab everything together. And then last step you need to do is just bring out the hands. However you want to bring out the hands. Mines aren't being particularly nice right now. But yeah. There we go. Boop. Boop. Okay. Get that up. Okay. There we go. Alright, perfect. Got the hands out. Oh, wait a minute, that was it pushed in all the way? Okay, that's lovely. Okay, there we go. I have to readjust the camera here. But yeah, that is Studio Series Sludge in robot mode. I'll be right back to get some comparisons. Alright, so I got some size comparisons. We got the Cosmos. We got a Generation Selects Galvatron. We have a Velocitron Override. And last but not least, we have a Velocitron Hauler. And that's for your size comparison there. I'll take these two out of the equation, and then we will talk about the weirdness of the leader class sizing today. And honestly, Galvatron actually on the taller end. If you feel these two, he definitely feels heavier. Like plastic wise, it feels like a much heavier figure than Galvatron. But when you look at the engineering, well, both their engineerings, I would say, probably on par, because they do some pretty neat stuff. But I will say the feeling of this figure feels more hollow than the other one. But this feels more, I guess, heavier. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah. It's interesting, but yeah. It really shows that the leader class of today isn't really... It isn't what it used to be. It's not a size class anymore. It's a price point. And I think a lot of people, especially in the TF community... Well, mainly TF community, because this only really affects this. I think need to realize that it's not about how much these figures weigh or whatever. It's really about just like how the price of the figures and then the engineering of them, and also paint, because that's a whole other deal. You gotta factor in, and yeah, so, and the manufacturing costs and how much it makes to make the molds, all that shit. And yeah, and it's just wild. But yeah, that's why you can get these two figures same size class, but one's a lot bigger than the other. But with that being said, they're both good figures. And yeah, we'll get into the articulation here on Sludge. So you got more than 90 degrees at the elbow. Okay, so your arm goes out about that far. You can get about a little bit great. You can get greater than 90. You got your bicep swivel. Arm can only go about back that far before it starts hitting against the wings, because the wings don't go back really. That's popped it off on accident there. Okay, yeah, so that you get a waist swivel. Nothing fancy there. Due to where the legs, unless you move these, that's the only way you're gonna get the legs going back all the way that far. You gotta move the dino legs. The front legs can move up freely. You get a 90-degree bend there, and you get a pretty fucking spectacular ankle rocker. And the head is on this hinge thing. So if you lift it up all the way, you can look up. But the head itself, I think, is just on a mushroom peg, as you can only get left to right. And then the wrists do have wrist swivels. And then you got your thigh swivel. Oh, and the figure can do the Van Dam. But you would have to move the Brontosaurus head or Apatosaurus head, whichever dinosaur you think it is. It can do the splits. But yeah. I really actually do like this Sludge. The transformation isn't. I will say it's very not what I expected from a Sludge. Because if you ever transformed a Sludge, they transform very in a particular way. And this Sludge kind of just says fuck you to that, and yeah, it's interesting. He's kind of like Slag in a sense, because that Studio Series Slag does not transform how you think it is, mainly in the chest area. Whereas with him, it's the whole transformation just does like a, oh fuck you, to everything that came before it, in a good way. I don't mean that in a bad way by any means, because honestly, he's definitely a contender for a figure of the year for 2023. Yeah, you heard me. He's up in the running for 2023. Yeah, as I got Star Saber earlier this year, or last year, I mean, I'm gonna consider him a 2022 figure, because I really didn't get. I don't know. I've only had a month to sit with him. I don't know. I may decide that later, but you know, that's that. But I do recommend getting him if you can. Oh, one thing to note though, my knees are kind of, the ratchet is a little too soft, but I do notice it's a screw there, so I could totally unscrew that, or even just screw it even further to make it tighter, or just put some floor polish and shit like that. But yeah, he has 2 screws on his thighs, and then he has some other screws in the other spots. So yeah. Anyways, I do recommend this figure. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, this is me, Qua. If you like the video, like it. If you don't, dislike it. Comment below and do all that good shit. And I'm out. Peace.